there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to your weekly guidance. What is the guidance for the week? I feel so out of practice, but it's only been a week. What is the guidance? What is your guidance for the week? Which color is speaking to you? Is it pink? Is it yellow? Or is it blue? Azul, blanco, rojo, amarillo. Which one? The timestamps will be in the description box and possibly the comments. And I will see you in your individual guidance. If none of these resonate with you, there are a ton of other weekly guidances that I've done that aren't really date specific. So feel free to go ahead and take a gander. If something here helps you throughout the week, you may want to watch another weekly guidance in order to see what the guidance is for the next thing that's coming up for you during the week. Because as we know, a lot can happen in a week. I will be using the wisdom of the oracle for this week's reading because she out here yelling at me. Alright, I'll see you in your pile. We will start with Azul. Hey there, Blue. What is your guidance for the week? What is the guidance for the highest good for Blue for this week? Yeah. Loyal hearts is actually a complicated message. To me, it's very complicated. It feels complex, and it's intricate. It's like a weave, you know? And with a weave, there's a lot of overlap, a lot of dark sides and light sides and exposed sides and unexposed sides, and sometimes you're looking at it and you're trying to make sense of it and you lose track. So at first, I'll say Happy says, gives a message of finding joy and delight and glee in your week. Maybe for some of you, you've made a decision on what you want to dedicate yourself to. Maybe some of you have already made that decision. Maybe some of you will be making that decision. And with happy being the most dominant message here, it's telling me to tell you that your guidance this week is to find that joy and relax in it. And don't take things too seriously. Life is for living. Life is for loving. Life is for laughing. Life is for the good stuff too, not just the dark, seated, insidious things that we do to ourselves or have been done to us. It's about finding joy and making love. And by that, I don't mean, zipping it and zooing it. I mean making love, making connections, and coming from a place of love and heart. If you have people in your life that are good to you, be good to them, Don't yammer on about your life. Maybe take a week to be about them. Some of you, that's tricky. That's hard. So good luck. If there's someone who needs your help or someone who is going after something, lend them a helping hand. This isn't really about lending people a hand. Not quite. Okay. But it's more so about finding joy and making joy be the dominant emotion that you follow this week. Jokes, being lighthearted, because there might be something that comes back around, and it's an opportunity for you to react differently. It's an opportunity for you to commit, if that makes sense, to your happiness and just feeling good in the moment, at least in the week. Every week is different, every day is different, but being able to lean into the joy and actively find the joy to lean into, because we can be Debbie Downers and Richard Downers, Dick Downers. I don't know. But there's something to find, like, making fun of life. Because this thing that may come around this week, it may be something that you've experienced before, but you can almost laugh at it. In fact, you're encouraged to. And there's also a reminder here to remember what you are committed to. And that might be something in the long term, where this hiccup or this situation may not be forever, and so you can have carte blanche to laugh it off. Okay? I feel like I should look at this a little bit more, but I've already spent 5 minutes on you. Let's see. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you, no matter the outer circumstances in your life. Trust and have faith. You are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. For those of you that might be triggered this week by a situation that feels like it's happening again, this could be a love situation, this could be a work situation, this could be an electric situation, a mundane situation that seems to come back around, that has triggered you in the past. You may be triggered this time, but it's almost like you've been triggered so many times by this thing that you've souped up, you've leveled up to the point that it no longer triggers you, it instead tickles you. So for those of you that might be having something come back around, there could be an opportunity. I'm feeling commitment here. So for those of you who've been seeing someone, perhaps there may be an opportunity that comes up for a real commitment. And the guidance is saying, find the joy in it. Don't fall for the trigger. Find the joy in it. Don't fall into, some depths and some shadow shit, which is fine. But stay in the light this week. Play in the light this week. And that's where you'll find your connection to your highest self. Okay? I wish you everything. I really do. Let me know in the comments how this hits for you. Always curious. I wish you the best. Keep your light on, and good luck. Hey, Yellow. Oh my god. Fuck. Hey, Yellow. How are you? What is the guidance for Yellow? For the highest good. I'm the highest good of all. Yeah. Yellow. Yellow, this week, your guidance is to keep to yourself. This isn't for you to ignore other people entirely or what, but it's to give yourself the attention instead of XYZ. If people are in a mess, or if people come to you all the time or often, or they have been coming to you a lot, if you are the go-to, if you are feeling drained or have been, baby girl, take some time for you. Let them people deal with their shit. Bow out of conversations and arguments and potential fuckery that comes up, because you just don't need it. This is one of those, you get a message and you go, okay, that's good, cool. Just excusing yourself from some shit. I literally mean some shit. You don't need to engage in this. This is not, you're not needed here, and it may look like you're needed, oh, this person needs support, or this situation needs me to do or be or whatever. No, it doesn't. you know you can bow out, and you're invited to, because if you don't, I'm seeing a warning here where you just given away too much of yourself, and it might turn out not so great for you. Like, you won't have a cataclysmic event or anything like that, but it just won't be a good time for you. So if you can this week, bow out, like focus on yourself, do what you need to the things that you're obligated to, but really assess what it is you're actually obligated to. Are you obligated to absolutely share? Are you obligated to absolutely be involved? No. Like, really reassess the meaning of obligation and responsibility. Deep knowing is giving me a certain vibe, and it's telling me that it could very well be flipped. But this week, your guidance is to get back in touch with you and refocus on you and your needs and your desires and your plans and your goals for the week ahead. Otherwise, you're giving your power away to some shit that literally does not concern you. Like, and if it does, like this week, it can honestly wait. If it can't, obviously do what you need to do. Trust your intuition, but also be notice what your definitions are of responsible for and obligated to for yourself this week. You may be focusing too much on other people's stuff and trying too hard to be helpful to what they're moving through. Don't clean up their mess. You're not helping other people when you do that. Sometimes people really do need to fuck up, and sometimes we rob people of their fuck ups, and then we rob them of their growth, and then they have to re-experience that thing over and over again. That's what clean it up and protection says. Deep knowing, as it stands, is a card of deep intuition. It's a message rather of a deep intuition, a message of inner fortitude, I might even say, listening to you, and empathy and hypersensitivity. And what I'm worried about is there's a danger for you to be way too involved and way too empathic, way too open this week. But your guidance here is to focus on you, and that's what I'm picking up, for you to put the train on yourself, or even take a bit of a break to help build a bit of a layer on top of how sensitive you've been lately. Do you know what I mean? Like, apply some Vaseline over that sensitivity. Something just to protect it and help heal it and cover it. Use your discernment this week and know when you're giving away your power and your resources and your time and your energy and your efforts to situations that aren't for you to do that for. Trust your intuition in situations this week where you can go, not my problem. And I mean that respectfully. Where you can go, this person needs to deal with this situation, and you give them what you need to, or what they need to, like hey, you got this, I know you can figure this out, rather than you troubleshooting and sitting in their shit with them and trying to figure things out. I trust this week that your guidance is to discern and be more discerning over what your role is in other people's lives this week, and what your role is in your own world this week. I wish you everything. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. I really do. Keep your light on, honey, and good luck. Hey, Pink. Hey, Pink. What is Pink's guidance this week? For the highest good. Yeah, that's so hilarious. I saw this while shuffling. That's so cute. Okay. Alright. My foot was falling asleep and I had to move it. I'm singing the song, I'm hearing the song Somewhere Only We Know in my head, but it's the Lily Allen version. You know? That's because of the home card. There's no place like home. You have guidance here about Treasure Island and Yang. It may be a good idea for you to reconnect with what feels good to you this week. And not the stuff that you've been doing that is becoming a habit, like you're being impulsive and you sleeping on yourself and maybe even overspending and putting yourself in a muck, but really considering your sense of safety and your sense of self and what it is you want for yourself beyond this week. That's kind of big. Like what kind of life you want to have, even, which is a really big thing. I'm very surprised by the words coming out of my mouth. There's just something here with Yang in protection. It talks about being impulsive and being wary of that. With Treasure Island in protection, it still talks about, I'm going to read this to you. It's just the message I'm getting is not what's in the book, but let's go ahead. Poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough cast a shadow on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible they are caught in a fear that you will lose what you have acquired? So you hold on so tight that you miss the opportunities to expand. You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from a perception of limitations to a perception of abundance. Take a risk. For you have nothing to lose except your confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. So, I'm not so far off from my intuitive feeling of this reading. This one's really quite deep. They've all been really deep. I don't know what's going on this week with people. Maybe it's a more reflective week. But I would want to say careful of spending too much, especially if you're not financially set. And I don't mean financially set as in you've got months on months on months or years on years on years on in savings or investments or whatever. I just mean like if you can't support yourself through the next month, like if what you're spending is not discretionary income, and discretionary income is income that, let's say, you already have 3 months worth of rent and utilities somewhere, and now you're spending this amount of money on something. No, let's get out of that. Yeah, I'm seeing someone who has quite the itch and the knee-jerk reaction to spend this week on some stuff that they just don't need to be doing. And they need to touch base with themselves and their goals and reassess and reawaken those goals within themselves and go, okay, what am I doing? What's my actual financial plan? This does really feel money and career-ish. But let me talk about this example first. Let me get it out, and then I'll go into anything else I'm picking up because it won't let me stop talking about it. So, yeah, touch base with yourself and go over what safety is for you. What is safety, and does this purchase really add to that in a real way? Can it wait, my dude? Can it wait? Like, the shit can probably wait. Okay? Do you want it now? Absolutely. Of course you do. Impulse. Gimme. But can the shit wait, my guy? Yeah, it can fucking wait, dude. Okay? I feel like there might be something here that you're off track. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's not a bad thing. It's just that get yourself started first. Like, connect to your sense of safety and at least what you see yourself wanting to call safety, and not where you personally feel safety is. So you can feel safety as buying purchases. As making purchases that you don't need. Sometimes we've trained ourselves so much to the point that we discomfort and a poverty mindset, if you want to go that far, or lack is comfort, is safety, because we know it, right? We know that having nothing is safe because you've always had nothing. So let's go ahead and do that. Being stepped on is safe because you know how to handle that space. That's what I mean. So reassess what safety is by looking to your future. What is it that you want to feel safe? Do you want to have some cash money in the bank? Then you can start making random ass purchases. Yeah, maybe let's do that first. Maybe let's secure the bag for now and then start spending. For some, it's not even, it's deeper in a different way. It's deeper where I never had this type of stuff. Now I can afford it. But can you really, though? Can you really afford it? All right. Beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying. Chill out. In touch with yourself. Reacquaint yourself with your sense of home and your sense of peace and your sense of self, and look at your patterns, look at your habits, acknowledge them, and find a way through them. You may have an impulsive issue that might be triggered this week, and it's coming from a place of lack and a false sense of safety that you've nurtured and has been nurtured. So take a look at that this week. For others of you, I don't know, for others of you, what, just, I don't know, for others of you, I'm looking at this home, and I'm getting that some of you might isolate yourself due to feeling low. And I'm trying to understand if that's okay or not. If it comes from an impulsive feeling, if it's your knee-jerk reaction to retreat into yourself when things happen, and you know what I mean, it's not irregular things happening, but when certain things trigger you and you feel less than, if that's something that you do, your guidance is to find your light inside of you. And that's difficult when you're shrouded, when you're in that space. For some of you, you could trigger yourself in that you do something that makes you feel stupid or dumb, or less than. And it really cradles that part of you that carries those emotions. And you may retreat into yourself. Okay, fine. But let this retreat be different. Let this retreat be one not of wallowing, but of filling your cup, of lighting your house on fire. Maybe not fire, but on turning on all the lights in your house and reminding yourself of who you are on the inside. And that feels like a solo job, honestly. We won't always have the people in our lives that light us up and that remind us of who we are. And this to me is a moment for you to acknowledge yourself. And that won't be hard, easy. That won't be easy. If you have any journals, if you have any gratitude stuff, if you've ever, had messages from people that have reminded you of who you are, that you saved, something like that, that would be wise to look at in your retreat. Yeah. To help yourself fill your cup and light your house on fire eventually. For everybody else who's hung in there, who's been like, nah, Luce, I'm hanging in there, but I don't know. This feels like a mundane week. It was like an at-home week with nothing crazy happening. Maybe even a touch of boredom. But it's almost like a time for you to reconnect with your physical living space. And in connecting with your physical living space, you are subconsciously, deeply connecting with your inner living space, your you. The more you clean up, the more you tidy, the more you play some music, the more you indulge in whatever it is that you indulge in when you're home, the more you're feeding yourself. And something that looks like a boring week is actually quite pivotal for you in the weeks ahead, because you were able to take that second to just chill and be boring and do the mundane tasks. This isn't a clean it up, or this isn't a house card message. No place like home is about authenticity. It's about feeling at home in yourself and feeling like you belong and that you fit in your own skin. And to me, I'm seeing someone who is doing that in a boring way, but like boring, right? They're actually taking care of their living space. And by that, they're living in their truth. When we're in the zone, when we're cleaning and doing these mundane tasks, we are the most in the zone. We're not thinking about much, we're just doing. Whether you're a dancer, whether you're a composer, whether you're an artist of any kind of thing, when you're doing something that puts you out of yourself like that, like these focused activities, they actually put you deeper into yourself. And it's like a moving meditation. And it's beautiful. So enjoy your boring ass week. Because it's a gift for you to move through certain things, have epiphanies about your sense of self and who you are. And it's these little moments that when people down the line ask you, how did you become so XYZ? You say, I don't know. It just kind of happened over time. It's weeks like this that are the moments that allowed that transformation, that quiet but meaningful and powerful transformation to take place. So, enjoy your boring ass week. I couldn't wish anything more for you. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you watched it all the way to the end, definitely leave me a comment and let me know that you did. 'Cause that would be awesome. I wish you everything. Keep your light on and good luck.